Alright, so today we're going to learn about parabolas. Parabolas are one of the easiest parts of conic sections, and today I will teach you about it. So here are the basics. Basically, y equals x squared, and it's a mirrored symmetrical curve, as we see here. The x-axis are the same throughout here. So this is basically a parabola, pretty much looking like a U right here. So the standard form of a quadratic formula pretty much would be y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, and the brackets form would be y equals a x minus h squared plus k. And obviously these both form a parabola, and let's keep in mind that the vertex is hk, so whatever values here is going to be the x value, this would be the y value basically of a vertex right here. So this could be minus 0, 0, and the coordinates would be 0, 0 for the vertex. Alright, so as we look here at the diagram, we see the parabola in the light blue, and basically here's the vertex, and what's new for algebra 2 would be the focus and directrix. The focus would be any line in front of the vertex within the parabola, any point within the parabola in this straight line right here. And it's also p units from the vertex, so let's say this is 0, 0, right? This would be 0, 2, and this would be 0, 4. The distance between this is, for p, would be 2. So that would mean p equals 2. And the same thing goes for the vertex and directrix. Since this is 0, 0, and this is 0, 2, the distance between the vertex and directrix would be 2. Now knowing that the distance between the focus and directrix would be 2p, which in this case it would be a distance of 4. The axis symmetry is right here in the gray line, basically connecting the focus, vertex, and directrix straight. And let's keep in mind that the focus connected to any point in the parabola, the distance between them will be equal to the directrix to the point. Right here, for example, this distance equal to this distance from the directrix to this point, and the focus to this point. So to find the coordinates of the focus, have 4p divided to the number that is in the position of p. So for example, let's say that x minus 2 squared equals 4, y minus 4. So this would be an equation that we're going to use for parabolas. And to find that, we'll be set up an algebraic equation, kind of. Be 4p equals 4. Basically, we want to find what p is, so we divide 4p with 4, and that would be equal to 1. So that would mean that the focus and directrix, the distance from there would be, from like the vertex to the focus, the distance would be 1, and the directrix would also be 1, but below or to the right or left. It all depends how the parabola is positioned. Transformational form. How do we know if a parabola goes up, down, right, or left? So as we see here, this equation we'll be using for parabolas, as I said earlier. If the x is squared, then it will go up or down. And if the h value is negative, then it will be looking like x plus the h value here, for example right here. So this parabola is telling us that the parabola is looking down like this, not up like that. So looking at the h and k values, what would be the vertex? the vertex should be negative 3, 5 for the coordinates of the vertex. If y is being squared, it goes either to the left or right, as seen here. And it is the same thing. It is the same thing with the up and down. If it goes negative, it's going to the right. So if it's minus k, it would be going to the left. If it's plus k, it's going to the right. So, okay, what is p? Basically 4p equals 16. We're solving for p equals to 4. And that is how you find p, which be the distance between the vertex and focus, and vertex and directrix. Here's one example. Pause the video right now to do the following. Alright, so we have x minus 5 squared equals 16, y minus 4. As I taught you guys earlier, x is being squared, so it means it will be go up or down. And since the h value right here is being subtracted, it means it's going up. What is the axis of symmetry? Basically, where is x going to be? X is going to be equal to 5 when you graph it. What is the vertex? Let's look at the h and k values. The vertex should be 5, 4. And the focus should be 5, 8, because the difference in distance, when you do 4p equals 16, the distance is 4. So it would be 5, 8. Same thing for the directrix. Since it's always below, it would be 0. As we look in the graph right here, the vertex is right here, 5, 4. And the focus is directly above. This is a distance of 4. And the directrix is 4 units below. Let's do the second example. Y plus 3 squared equals 8 minus x minus 1. A plus 3 squared equals 8, x minus 1. Possibly to do this problem. Alright, since y is being squared, this means that it is either going left or right. And like I said earlier, this is being added, which means it would be going to the right. The h and k values are mixed here. So since this is being subtracted and this is being added, the vertex of the hk values should be positive 1, negative 3. And as we see here, since it's going to the right, it should be a y value right here, since it's being squared for the axis of symmetry. Y is equal to negative 3. We already know why. The focus should be negative 1, negative 3. And no, that should be the directrix. The focus should be 3, negative 3. As we look here to the graph, we have the vertex 1, negative 3 right here. And we know the distance right here is 2, 2. And this is how you graph a parabola going either left or right. This is your homework assignment. X minus 3 squared equals 10. Y plus 3 and y squared equals 8x minus 2.